Tonight, from Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, it's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. It's the Miami Dolphins taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Well, much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff. No such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Miami Dolphins. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it'd be... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 13 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title is definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. You talk about this Miami defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
They'll set up a throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The Titans at 11-1 now on the year. And they've been flawless these last couple months, winners of 9 in a row.
And let's give them a ton of credit because in a league that's built on any given Sunday, any team can win. To run off this kind of a streak, this kind of a number, that's pretty darn impressive.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Flushed out right. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll drop to throw. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on fourth down. And this defense... The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy. And
the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Inside handoff, Henry. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. This defense for the Dolphins, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. On the slant, DeAndre Hopkins. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Henry will take this into the end zone for a Titans touchdown. So how about the season, Charles, that he continues to put together? That's now 25 rushing touchdowns on the year. That's getting into some very rarefied territory.
Yeah, it made you and I do a little extra homework prior to this one in anticipation, because that one moves him past John Riggins with 24. He draws even with Emmitt Smith at 25 and 19.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in a running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back, but he's got hands. He should have caught it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. It's complete to Hopkins. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. 23 yards the pickup there. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 38. They'll set up to throw. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get it back. So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. They'll look to throw here. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And brought in downfield by Burks. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 23. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go, and of course they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. Folks, kick is good. And that will do it for this first. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Ogbah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. I don't care if you're taking it around 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A shot downfield for Burks. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for the Titans offense set to begin the drive. A last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And they're going to speed things up here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back to throw now on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He gets this one to Burks. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Spears is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long.
And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Dolphins, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's a rare misstep as they'll drop to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.